Yeah, I mean, I could honestly spend another 2 hours preparing, but I won't. Um, yeah, so to kick things off, let me get the music. Okay, so last time, after escaping the burning theater and their encounter with Lorifax, the party took some time to rest and re equip before heading back to the temple. There, waiting for their arrival, was Lady Sumihime. Sitting alongside her was a carriage newly made from the debris of the temple. Hinaga seemed to have magically reconstructed it, but when the party went to leave, they realized it was missing some features like wheels or an ox. But as Sumihime made herself comfortable, the party discussed possible solutions until Estrella remembered her bag of tricks and summoned her Pegasus to carry the front end while she began pulling from the bag a series of tiny fur balls that each transformed into progressively more useful animals, starting with a giant weasel, then a baboon, and eventually a tiger who seemed all too happy to carry the princess as well. Surprised by the new companions and an origami letter from Kinji telling them to report back to Toto for Sashimono banners before the festival, the rest of the party gathered their things and set off for Taton as part of Sumihime's envoy. Arriving at the outermost gates, they saw a bard writing some music and a pair of young samurai struggling to climb out of the moat after making some kind of repairs. And as the party crossed the bridge, they were stopped by a series of guards in full Crane Clan armor who stood atop the battlements. Lady Sumihime was announced by June, and the guards graciously allowed them to enter, warning Sumihime that all of her family had been awaiting her arrival for some time. Thus, our heroes traveled into the massive city and made their way towards the castle. Jerry took note of a nearby mountain and used his new crystal mapping device to chart a map of Taton as they walked. And when they arrived at the castle, the animals were sent towards the stables as Sumihime led the group inside. She stopped to offer them a reminder not to let her family know where she'd been, only prompting more teasing from the party, though they did seem to be on board. So she led them inside and into the throne room, where an elderly woman in fine blue robes was sitting enjoying a cup of tea. The woman seemed to have some authority over the castle, though it was not clear if she was the daimyo herself. Sumihime, however, was on her knees and bowing to the woman, which the party quickly followed out of respect. They were then forced to listen to the older woman berate Sumihime for her tardiness, complaining that the spirits around her mother's shrine had grown restless and angry. She ordered Sumihime to visit the shrine before leaving for the festival, and was relieved when the party offered their help, reluctant as it may have been. She thanked them and offered them rooms in the castle to use while they were in town, as well as access to all of the castle's amenities as well. After questioning from the party and discussion about the local museum, Sumihime and our heroes bid the woman farewell and went to explore Taton themselves. June and Sakura made their way upstairs to see the observatory and investigate certain books. Elias and Grovard went to the market to buy some paper birds, and Jerry followed his map to a set of heavily locked doors set in the side of a volcano. He spent some time trying to unlock the doors, but a metal egg lodged in a claw like mechanism left him confused. Meanwhile, Estrella had received a strange note from the court musician to meet with him at a nearby shrine after some of her questions had gone unanswered. So she introduced herself to Sumihime's sister, Yumi Doji, and chatted with them for a while before heading off to find the bard. And that is where we will rejoin you now, as Estrella, you have gone looking for this bard.
Yep. And I just decide to first send Grover, then Jerry a message using sending, and both the messages: meet me at the shrine behind the castle when you have time. I may have figured out a way to get to the fire ring and back within an hour. And then I'm hoping they are within range, because then I'm gonna point upwards and whisper the same thing using message to basically send it to Sakura with the exact same message.
Yeah, what is the to Sakura maybe, but what is the range on message? Isn't it only like 120 feet?
It is unlimited. It is only unless they are on another plane that it can have a 5% chance of failing. Let me just find the spell.
I activated the wrong map. It's not snowing.
Ooh, a tiger.
Yeah, and no, we are not gonna play Eye of the Tiger.
Oh fuck, I forgot. Let me just let him know. Have you got here safely?
Okay, so Sakura, you will hear this message as I think. Sorry, what did you say the range was? That
message has only. It is the one with the 120 feet.
Okay, so Sakura, you would hear that, but you are currently on the top floor of the castle, investigating some things. And sorry, you should be able to move around now. And Estrella, the shrine is sort of to the south of the map that you're looking for. But could you on the inside? No, you've left. You've gone outside.
Damn it!
Yeah. So like you were sort of searching around at the end of the last session. We'll say that you would have eventually found it. Yeah, it's over there. But what can you remind me what it was that prompted him to give you that note? What were you asking again?
I just asked, I asked if they had any information regarding what the type of spirit it was, and was told that by the Crane clan leader that they didn't have any information, just that people was scared when they came back.
Oh yeah. I remember now. Thank you. So yeah, you will see as you're walking around that way, you'll see a shrine, and you just walk past the entrance where you would have seen the guy waiting, and he'll just sort of peek his head out and go, hey, over here. And he just nods and gestures for you to follow him through this little shrine into a room. He says, thank you for coming. I didn't exactly want anyone to overhear what I'm about to tell you, but those yokai that they've seen, some people are saying that it's Lady Doji herself that has gotten angry about Sumihime not coming to visit her. They have said that the creature has many heads and that each of them have a woman's face, but we are not really sure much more than that.
Interesting. Did Lady Doji have many faces?
No, but I think this yokai has. We're not sure if it's something that's just. It may be some amalgamation of spirits or something, but the samurai that have gone to investigate reported seeing some. They've been calling it a yokaidra, which, quite honestly, I don't fancy the name, but some kind of yokai hydra is what I think they were getting at.
Well, I guess Lady Sumihime should go see it and see if it would calm down.
Well, I wouldn't recommend that she go alone. If I mean, you don't look like you've got all your rings, but I think any sort of help might be worth it. We don't want to. I don't want to be singing songs about a princess that died in the maze, you know?
Well, that would be a unique tale.
True, but I think I'd rather not be the one to tell it, and I already feel involved if you're part of her party, so that's all I'll say for now. And he just gives you a nod as though gesturing that he wants to leave.
Well, I just step and it's like, well, I will reconvene with the rest of my group and we will discuss it since I guess favors can be incurred and access to stuff that is normally on limit off limit to the public can be granted for people that helps others with problems that should may not be known to the public, if you know what I mean.
Oh yes, you are in the Crane clan. I mean, the Doji family's communication network is legendary around here. But if you need anything of that sort, any tickets for courts or anything like that, you can come and speak to me. My name is Kakita Ikura. And he just gives you a curt bow.
Well, not so much, shall I say, communication, more magical circles for transportation. Or
Oh yes, the transportation circle. There is a teleportation circle in the city. I could point it out to you on a map if you'd like me to show you where it is. It's not in the castle for obvious reasons, and he just gives a grin.
yeah, that would be great. And if there was a jeweler in the city, that would also help.
Depends what kind of jewels you're looking for. If you're looking for something to adorn your blade, then you'll want to head to the Steel Crane Smithy. Otherwise, the markets down towards the beach have got more.
I'm more searching for, shall we say, stone, I think it's called, colk, that is infused with precious gems.
Oh well, yes, you'll be able to find plenty of gems and that in the market. If you head down to the museum, most of the shops around there sell quite fine diamonds, things like that, gemstones, lots of amethyst and topaz around here, of course. But I wish you luck. I must not keep the lady waiting. And he'll just give a bow and a nod, and then turn to leave the shrine. Okay, so Sakura, what are you busy doing while here in the castle, or are
So,
you leaving as well?
I mean, she's kind of just exploring at the moment, and it's not entirely just because like I'm on the maps for once and I can actually like explore stuff. So it's not the only reason.
Well, there are multiple levels to this map, so and they
Fuck
have told you
yeah.
that you can explore it as much as you like. So, what what would you like to explore? Currently, this is more of like the throne rooms and the bedrooms and stables and whatnot on the ground floor. But there are councillors' chambers, the lords' chambers. There's an observatory that you were in earlier,
Oh.
all the way up to the roof.
Uh, she'll just
Or
go up a floor and see what's over there. She's just like casually walking and looking around.
okay, cool. Well, we will. We'll say you head over to the stairs, and we'll pull you up here. Yeah. So you can explore as you like up here, and but as you walk in, you can see that this place is very finely decorated. The Crane clan clearly value art, and they have got.
Mm.
This is a vast improvement on Daichi's palace, if I can put it that way.
Ah, yeah, she'll probably comment on that to someone at some point.
Yeah, you
just
will
looking
see
for anything.
as you come into the you will hear some noises of people sort of walking around up here, but
Mhm.
currently I don't think you've run into anyone.
Okay. Wait, we also want to just check out this one. So, you just gotta see all the rooms. You can't miss one. Ooh, there's like scrolls in this one. She'll like respectfully not touch anything though. She's just looking.
Yeah, yeah. You can hear now. Actually, what is your passive perception? Like 18.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I'll say. I mean, at this point, you're doing investigation, so you can roll me an investigation or a perception, whichever you prefer.
I mean, you know which one I prefer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think 31's pretty good.
Yeah, with the 31, you hear as you enter that room, you can hear on the other side of the wall, you can hear these two women in an argument, and they just they sound like they are arguing about Lady Sumihime. You hear her name come up a couple of times.
Oh. Okay, usually she wouldn't eavesdrop, but that sounds spicy. She'll probably honestly just stand by that wall then, and she'll just listen in. So, I mean, she doesn't really like Lady Sumihime, so any dirt she can get, you know. Ooh, spicy.
Yeah, you can just hear these two. They seem to be basically. One of them seems to have heard the rumor that she's been spending time in Toto and is trying to convince the other that it's true, but she seems to be quite a gossip.
Uh, do they ever mention like who she's like been with again?
Yeah, you hear them mention that calling him a dragon, but
Oh,
you would immediately know that they're talking about Daichi Tatsu. Like you've witnessed this, you know the rumor is true um, that they're talking about. You've seen it firsthand.
ah. Wait, so they
But
didn't know that like Lady Sumihime and him have like a
no, they seem to be like one of them seems to be saying there's no way it took her this long to get from Ashima to Taton. She probably stopped over to go and visit with
oh.
Mr. Daichi Tatsuo again, and the other one's going, no, why would she? They were probably not doing that. She would get into so much trouble. Like our parents would kill her, and um, and going like, why would she be consorting with more dragons? And that's why the spirits are angry, and they're just going back and forth, like arguing about this. But neither of them really seem 100% sure that this has happened. And Sumihime has asked you all to sort of hide that fact from them.
Mhm. Okay, okay. She'll sort of like keep that in mind, you know? Good blackmail if she needs it. I feel like after that dying and coming back thing, that really changed her a lot. But she'll eventually come around the corner and give a come in
You
and
see,
if
as you come around the corner, you hear a door slide open, and you see this man step out and just sort of shout at them and just say, "Would you just stop your gossiping?" And he notices you walk around the corner and just says, "Oh, hello, ladies, please, we have company." And they just both turn and give a short bow to you, but they both have a look of confusion on their face as to who you
uh,
actually are.
she just bows and says "Ohayo gozaimasu." Uh, she doesn't really know what else to do, so she just kind of stands there. Um, Wait, let me see her.
The woman standing next to the one in more fancy dress who just flapping a fan in her face now, and just comments on your hair. The other one gives a deep bow and she says, "I'm very sorry about her. Uh, it is an honor to meet you. Are you part of Sumihime's escort?"
Hmm. I wouldn't really like to be called that, but I suppose I am, and I have to say I don't quite like your nose. So I suppose we're even. You don't like my hair, I don't like your nose. But it's a pleasure to meet you too, and she like turns to the other one. She doesn't have
She
like a thing for spoiled royals, and she's just done with spoiled royals at this point.
Yeah, and that woman just flicks her hair and goes, "I don't have time for this," and storms off. And you see her heading up the stairs, and the other woman just turns slowly, watches her go, and looks back at you and goes, "Huh, you should teach me how to do that sometime."
Uh,
She will bow again and say, "I'm Ashahina Hanako. It is an honor to meet you." And the other one will just step forward and say, "Yes, welcome to the castle. I'm Doji Tanitsu. Uh, this is, well, it is usually a more lively place, but please, if you would like to browse our library, it is just through here." And he points through the door that he just walked through.
she looks very excited, but she does also just bow to them again. Hajime mashite. So it's a pleasure. Um, and on the contrary, you two do seem quite nice. You have a really nice, graceful aura about you. She says to uh Asahina.
She looks absolutely like delighted as you say this. That is a very. She says, "Oh, you honor me, my lady. Thank you. Uh, and if you may ask, where are you from? I must say I've never seen someone that dyes their hair like that. Here, it is common to dye your hair white in honor of the old heroes, but I've never seen someone make it pink on purpose, if you don't mind my
Uh,
saying."
my hair isn't pink on purpose. It's naturally this color.
Oh, she looks genuinely surprised and she says, "Oh, well, I I must say I envy you. You must be of, I suppose, descent of the Sasakis?"
How did you know?
"Oh, well, the cherry blossom fields run right into Taton. Lady Doji and Lord Sasaki were old friends, according to the stories."
Ah, the same lady who was so rude earlier.
Oh, no, no. The Doji family is the royal family, and the
Oh,
guy will say, "Yes, I am also Doji." She is um well, she is one of the less graceful members of our family. I do apologize for her behavior, but I assure you, we are all far more refined.
she laughs a bit. And says, "Well, it's even more of a pleasure to meet you in that case. I don't know my father well, but um, I met him recently, and he seems quite nice."
But they both kind of just look a little bit stunned as you say that, and they say, "Oh, well, uh, I do hope you enjoy your stay here in Taton." And the guy will say, "Yes, let me know if you need anything. We would be happy to help." And but I must return to my studies, I'm afraid. Good evening. And he will just turn and go back into the room, but he'll leave the door open in case you
Okay.
wanted to come and browse the books as well.
She'll bow she'll bow to her. Arigato gozaimasu. And I guess she'll excuse herself and head into the library.
Okay, cool. So as you head in there, we'll say that you take some time to browse as we jump back outside to see who wants to go next. Jerry, are you still investigating that door there?
Yeah, I do want to look around, maybe find something on the map itself. If not, I'll head to the steel crane smithy.
Okay, cool. Yeah, let's actually, because last time we didn't have this map, so here we go. Hopefully it works. So if I switch those two quickly.
Oh shit.
Oh, again.
Oh shit.
Sorry, Jerry keeps disappearing on my.
I mean, yeah, he's gone now.
Well, I deleted him that time. I added another one.
I'm
But
at the
there we
top.
go. Yeah, so you're standing at the top of this in front of that egg that is sort of in that claw. You did say that you removed the egg earlier, so technically there is actually nothing in there at the moment, but I can't move that on the map, so just use your imagination. But yeah, this is the big sealed door that I was talking about. You're kind of on the side of a volcano, but it is not, doesn't seem like it's active, and it sort of leads down towards where the river is.
I did want to look around to see if there is any place to place the crystal in.
Yeah, you can give me an investigation check, but you can also sort of move around the map and let me know if you're looking anywhere specific. But from where you're standing now, that does seem like the primary mechanism of this door, that egg in front of you. Okay, I assume you're flying down on spot.
Yeah. Is that an egg with like horns?
An egg with horns? No. Well, kind of, maybe. You're not entirely sure. Did you roll an investigation?
Yeah, 1 second.
You can do that. There we go. I think, did I fix Spike?
19. Spike got 19.
All right. Well, yeah, Spike barks, and you see that there is that egg. You can see that the design of this thing, despite the egg being there, you can see that on the egg is what looks like a lotus. The design of this lotus flower, which is pretty common in Kiga, and those what you were saying are horns. Those look very similar to things you saw in the Titan Forge that you've already found. It looks like a symbol of a Titan, like there's been a couple of similar shaped symbols, but you don't know what this one means or what it represents. Like it's not a rune or anything, but it seems like it's a sort of brand kind of symbol. And nowhere to put a crystal either, by the way. Not in here. You sort of check where that lotus is to see if there's any notches, but it seems like the only working part of the mechanism is that claw that is still currently twitching up there now that it doesn't have the egg in it. It's just opening and closing by itself.
Can I look like dive underwater to see what's below it?
Yeah, you can try. Yeah, so you start swimming your way out there, and you can see now there's this big part that seems to be there in the sea. It looks, well, in this water here, it looks kind of similar to the parts of the rusted titan that you found. These look like they may actually be old bits and pieces of a destroyed titan or decommissioned one. Though as you are swimming out there, you notice something moving in the water with you, and I'm going to ask you to make a stealth check to see if it notices you.
That's going to end nicely. Very nicely.
Okay, so you see this creature begin to like move through the water towards you, and as you are swimming underneath, you can see it quite clearly that it is a giant koi fish, similar to the spectral fish you saw before, but this one does not seem so ghostly. This one seems to just be inhabiting this water. What are you doing as you see it notice you and start swimming towards you at speed?
I'll go to the edge of the water.
Okay, you can give me another. What is your swim speed? Because it's probably not much.
It's probably 10, because I think it's health because I don't have a swim speed.
If you don't have a swim speed, wait a second. Do you wear heavy armor? Because then you
No, it's medium.
Oh, good. Because if it was heavy, you would basically drop.
Well, as you are, yeah, no, you don't worry, you're not sinking, but as you are now quickly trying to swim away, this fish is much quicker and does catch up to you just before you reach the surface, and it kind of bumps its head against your feet and launches you up through the surface, and you do manage to get out and land where you are on the map, but this fish sort of pushes you out of the water and then sinks back beneath the waves.
Can I start casting Speak with Animals?
Yeah, sure. That's a ritual, right?
Yeah, it's 10 minutes.
Okay,
If you want to
cool.
go with
Then
someone
we
else
will
for
cut
now,
over to
yeah.
we'll cut over to Elias and Grover then as you begin casting that ritual. But it'll take a few minutes. Spike will be there, just
Yeah.
making sure the fish doesn't attack you. And we will move over to. Oh shit! Where's the... Okay, so Elias and Grovard, where were you headed again?
Well, I was gonna head to the alchemist shop for more paper, and then whatever Elias wants to do. I don't know.
Yeah, and I'm joining you because I have nothing in mind other than I want to see shit happen.
Okay, so yeah, you guys head over. You see the museum, and from where you are, you can kind of see the beaches just beyond the walls. There are a few jade statues placed all along the walls, which are quite impressive. But you move past the museum and the bank to where they said you could probably get some paper and whatnot at the alchemy shop, which I don't know if it's loaded for any of you, but it is taking its
I
time.
just don't own a
Question.
token. Yeah, I just don't.
Yeah, that. There's, it's black.
I
don't
haven't.
have
Your
tokens.
tokens won't be there yet. Sorry.
Yeah,
Okay.
he hasn't loaded in yet. That's what I'm saying.
I'm a genius, alright.
Of
Yeah,
course.
it's stuck on 99%. I don't know what it's saying.
Nah, you're. I hear the sarcasm, but you are a genius, Elias. Don't don't sell yourself short. You figured it out. You didn't
There's
have a token.
no sarcasm in that. I am delusionally narcissistic.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you figured it out. You didn't have a token. You read the message.
I also might not have actually set up the lighting on this. It may just be done.
No worries. Theater of the mind. Oh.
There we go. Maybe now you can see.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm still loading in, but so I'll put the tokens down once we get in there. But you should be able to see what you can see as you walk in. A little bell above the door jingles, and you hear hold on, I'll be right there. Just coming from above the balcony, and you can see there are just walls upon walls of potions of all sorts of different colors. That the room is just, it smells honestly really weird because of all the smells of these different potions and the ingredients probably used to make them. But you find yourself in an alchemy workshop. What would you like to do?
Just by the way, Elias blue screened, so he'll be back.
As
uh,
Elias walks through the door, potion falls on his head and he just turns into a moth for a second. But
okay.
you see a man peek his head over the balcony and goes, "Oh, don't worry, that it'll wear off soon. I've got to stop storing those up there." Hello, my boy. How can I help you?
Hello. And I'll take out the paper bird box with like the paper in it. I was like, I'm looking for as much paper that works with this, like just as much as you're willing to sell me. Just, and I'll like show him the box, the paper bird box.
Oh yes. Let's see here. Hold on 1 minute, and you'll just hear him pottering around on top of the balcony, and then eventually he'll drop a ladder down and just he'll start climbing down with a couple of scrolls under his arm, and he'll say, "Well, we've got some blank spell scrolls. Those ought to work. You can cut them to size. I think it's the box that's magical, so any sort of paper will do. But let's see." And he'll go over to the other side of the room where you can see there are maps, just like one or two long scrolls that are just leaned up against the post, and he'll grab one of those and drag it over. Here we go. I think we've also got some notebooks in the back. If that helps, you can just rip those up.
All right. Yeah.
So, what'll it be? Are you looking for blank scrolls, a blank map, or notebooks?
I'll take the notebooks, I guess. Yeah.
Oh, of course. Hold on. And he just, you see him head back, and he moves one of the shelves. He just pulls it, and it seems to open a secret door, and he just steps through, closes it behind him, and then you hear through the wall, you can hear this arguing in Gnomish as
Oh, what do they
you
say?
you just hear well, I don't know if you can understand Gnomish,
I
but
can.
I think you'd be able to at least identify that. And with your passive perception, you definitely overhear them as you hear a little argument, and then he walks back out, and he's carrying a pile of books that are a little bit taller than him, and he just walks over to you and just plops them down in front of him and goes, here we go. I think these ought to do. They're only for about 2 gold each. You can get all 10 for 2 koku.
Uh, 10 for 2 koku.
Yeah, I mean, they're just blank notebooks. I mean, you can use it as a spell book or whatever if you like, but it's just plain paper.
Wouldn't that be 200 gold? 2 koku? Am I wrong with that?
Yeah, it's 10 gold in a koku.
Oh, there's 10 gold. I thought it was 100. Okay, never mind.
No,
okay.
otherwise these would be really fancy books. No, don't worry. Only, 2 gold each, but I
Okay,
can
so
maybe give you a discount if you're looking for a lot of paper.
Oh, I'll take all of it. Every single bit of it.
Jesus. How many messages
All
did
the
you
paper.
Yeah, I'll take all of it.
He just looks you up and down and says, "Sir, I mean no offense, but you look like a monk. I've never met a monk that could afford all the paper in Taton. Do you mind me asking how you intend to pay for all this?"
Oh, I'll be like, oh yeah. And then I like take out my gold, my gold. I have 5,300 gold in there, and I'll just like set it. I'm like, yeah, that. You know. So.
I mean, okay. I can sell you 5,300 gold's worth of paper, but
Oh no! Oh no, that wasn't what I was saying. I was just saying all those notebooks. I'll take all of them. That's what I was saying. I don't want all the paper in the
I
whole
was
town.
going to say I thought you just made my day. Yes. Well, I've got about and let's see, about 15 here. So I'll tell you what, I'll give you all of them for 21.
Okay.
Does
21.
that make sense? Yes. I'm sorry, yes. I'm not very good at the maths. I make potions, not. Would you like any potions, by the way? We've got healing potions, potions of shrinking, growing, turning invisible, anything you like, really.
What's one of the weirdest ones that you own? Like just a weird one.
Well, I mean, we've got some pretty weird shit in here. I've got to be honest.
That's what I'm saying. Just one that it's just odd. You know.
I mean, you could try a potion of possibility. That could really lead to anything. Always exciting. But no, an odd one. Let me see. And he just like turns around and he walks backwards, looking up at these huge shelves, and he says, I mean, potion of gaseous form usually feels pretty weird. I mean, that kind of it feels like you are a fart for a few minutes, but some people are into that kind of thing.
Mm.
Hey.
I don't know what. It depends what you need to do. And at this point, Grovard, are you back? I mean, Elias, are you back?
I'm not on Foundry, but yeah, I'm here.
That's all right. I can't see the map either. It's with Theatre of the Mindingness. So at this point, Elias, you turn back into a human after the moth potion fell on your head, and you reappear. I didn't notice you. Oh yes, I forgot you walked in. Sorry about that. Don't worry, no charge. Anything that you might be interested in? While I try and find a weird potion.
There's one thing I'm interested in at the moment, and that's finding out what just happened to me. Sorry?
Oh yes, actually, to be fair, that's probably the weirdest potion we've got is the polymorph potion, depending on which one you get. And when you will notice that for the past few seconds you had the brain of a moth as well. You weren't in control. It had just literally turned you into a moth.
Yeah, and I don't think I would have remembered anything.
Yeah, so it seems like you just walked in and like
Just
dissociated
suddenly.
for a few seconds. Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, I'll take the paper. How much are those weird polymorph ones? The moth potions. How much are those?
No, I'm checking, and I think it's the only potion I don't have on fucking Foundry. Hold on.
Well, Vard, I hope you know. If you're planning to use more of those on me, I'm going to stab you.
No, I'm not.
I mean, it's usually easier to just ask a wizard, but I mean, I'm not saying that. That's pay for all the potions you like.
I just want
I've lost it.
I want to what's it called when you like the alcohol and like when you pour alcohol in the fruit punch. What is that called?
Fermenting?
Liking?
No, it's spiking. I want to. I'll just spike. I'll just spike the tea that we drink. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Oh, wow.
Polymorph
Yeah,
potion.
because that has worked out so well for you guys in the past.
No, I just think it'd be funny if we're facing like someone really. I just like toss a polymorph potion at them, turn into like a weasel or something.
Don't lie on this.
Actually, something I am
like,
interested.
Try
I
to
might
take
be
it out
interested
and
in
you
looking
let it
for.
know,
Do you have any gunpowder?
Hmm.
Hey, what? Gunpowder?
No.
Or black powder?
No, we've got. Oh yes, smoke powder. Sure, we've got some of that. What the hell do you need that for?
Old colleagues.
Old
I mean, And he looks you up and down. Oh, right, you're from Kunasa, aren't you? I get it. The pirates there. I've heard some shit. Sure, we can get you some smoke powder. I think I've got a barrel around here. And he goes also behind one of the pillars. You can see he moves a couple of things off of one of these barrels and just heaves it and rolls it around. And yeah, it seems like it's probably got the kind of powder they would put in a cannon.
Hmm.
Is it the same one Jerry has 2 barrels of?
Yeah, same stuff.
Ah. Well, I'm not aware of that, so as far as I know, we don't have any. How big are these? Is this barrel?
I mean, it's pretty big. You imagine that that's not the kind of thing that you would want to carry around.
Yeah. Right.
Like,
I'll ask him. Do you have anything like a bag for black powder? A small one that you can carry on my hip?
I mean, we could just take some out if you like. If you just want to get a pouch, sure. I mean, we can
Please.
just add that. You can take some for your components. I'll charge you 2 koku for that as well, and it'll be 50 koku for the potion.
Grovard, you can pay for that.
The polymorph potion?
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually,
fine.
that's a good. I'm giving you a deal here, but I just
Okay.
looked it up and I forgot. The shit.
You wanna
I said
change the
50. Oh well.
No, if you want to change the price, go ahead. Change the price.
No, that's all right. I don't want to cheat you. I've already dropped a potion on your friend's head. Sure, 50.
Okay, so how much gold is that? Is that 500 gold?
500. Yeah.
Okay, so what is the actual price?
Thousands.
Oh, geez.
Oh, Jesus.
All right, fine. If we're going ahead and take on the deal, I'm gonna exploit the shit out of this. I'm gonna take 2 polymorph potions, and then I'm gonna take the 21 gold worth of paper. Yeah, that's all I want. And then as soon as I get the paper, I put it in the box and I draw a really like kid drawing of a dragon, like breathing fire or something, and then like I'm like send this to Estrella, and then I fold it into a little turtle, and then set it on its leg.
And all right. So yeah, you will. You'll
We're
see
gonna
this
get to Australia
turtle
before.
as it just sort of crawls off your hand, flips onto the ground, gets stuck on its shell for a second, and then you see the wind just blow it up back onto its feet, and it walks its way across the room and squeezes under the door, and disappears.
Ooh, actually. And just the Thorn is a gnome, right? You said.
Sorry, the what is in it?
He's a gnome, right?
Yeah.
Clerk. Yeah. So I'll just
like let me think.
Oh,
like to
by the
pull out my Eye of Counting and just say, I know I'm barking up the wrong tree for this, but is there anything you could do with this?
Oh, well, that's a nice one. Yeah, we can count shit with it. I mean, I think that's all it does. These eyes aren't exactly. I mean, they can be pretty useful. Or are you looking to upgrade?
Yeah, the latter, if that's possible.
Oh, yes. I'm afraid I'm not exactly the one to talk to about that. But if you head up to the smithy, I'm sure they can help you out. Let me. Who would do that? Those ones that work with the little. Yes, go speak to the Kinkoshi. I think there's the twins, the 2 brothers. They make hand guards and menuki and shit like that. I'm sure they'd be able to help you out with an upgrade if you like.
Very well. Thanks. And yeah, I'll just give him 2 koku for the black powder.
Yeah.
Oh my
and
god.
I give him the 102 koku for the paper and the paper and stuff. Paper and polymorph potions.
All right, yeah, you can mark that off, and I think you can add that stuff on D&D Beyond.
The polymorph potion, no.
Yeah, because I'm realizing that I don't think that is actually an official item. I think I just made that one up. But
Yeah.
I will make one during the week, but you can just add it as a custom item for now, and we will remember it.
Mm-hmm. But
I'm going to have to reload my Foundry because I'm still stuck on 99% on that map. But
Amazing.
we will sort of head out into the other map now as you guys finish up in that store. After paying, he'll thank you kindly and welcome you to Taton, and you will head back out into the town. So, where are you guys going after that? Are you going to head back to meet up with anyone else, or are you going to carry on exploring?
We
well-
did get that message from Estrella, so probably.
oh shit, I forgot about that. Okay. I say follow the turtle. And then I start looking for
We
the turtle.
overtake the turtle.
Yeah, can I look for the turtle to lead us to Estrella?
Yeah, absolutely. You can give me a survival check to just try and find it to begin with, and please call out your roll because I'm reloading.
Okay. Come on. No, natural one.
Oh my
no.
god, I just have the perfect gift for that.
So yeah, what you see is you start looking around. You're like, oh, the turtle will know, and then you see a man walk past in fine blue robes, and you notice something stuck to the bottom of his foot. And as he's walking,
No.
you see this paper like struggling on the bottom of his foot, but it seems to be stuck to his shoe.
That was such a good drawing. Oh man. Okay, so maybe on the ground is not the best, but okay. I try and recreate the same drawing because the drawing was dope. and then I'll make it into a squirrel with wings.
Oh, okay, yeah, a flying squirrel.
Yeah, make it a flying squirrel. Yeah,
Okay, yeah, you
and
can.
I'll follow that.
Sure, you can absolutely. And this time you'll see this little squirrel spread its wings, jump out of your hand, and soar up into the air, and it'll just that you'll easily be able to follow because you're sending that off now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and
That's
a few minutes later, as the two of you chase this flying squirrel through the town, it heads back to the castle or to wherever. Australia, I assume you're still at the castle.
Didn't hear anything back, so I have decided to go look for. Let's see. I would be going to look for the magic circle.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, so as you are heading out into the town, you will see that the flying squirrel sort of turns away from the castle, and you will all eventually meet back up at the teleportation circle, which when I get back in, I'll load that map. But you can see that there is an array of strange rings and what look like 4 different doorways that are surrounded by cherry blossom trees, and they this is in part of the maze, but it's like just near the entrance, so you don't actually have to go through much of the maze. But yeah, it seems like a forest that has been actually planted in such a way that it creates this maze-like feel. But you all meet back up there. Jerry, are you still checking things out? Oh, you were speaking with animals.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get back to you in a second then. So yeah, Australia, you see first this as you arrive at this place, you will see a flying squirrel come in and land on your shoulder, and it seems to be made of paper, a little origami squirrel. Do you open it? Do you read it?
I want to see what's inside the squirrel. I'm just gonna be like, Falcon Punch! And hopefully doesn't destroy the message. Else, oh well, that's lost.
Yeah, no, as you punch into the squirrel, you see it like it would shriek if it actually had a voice, but it immediately just spreads its wings, puffs out, and you just punch it into a flat piece of paper and grab it in your hand. But as you see this drawing of a dragon on it, yeah, Grover, do you want to describe what they see as you two immediately arrive right after it?
It's just like it's like a small body, but it's basically him. It's basically just Grovod, and it's just like it's just like a really like quickly drawn.
A chibi
Then-
Grovod.
Oh yeah, it's a chibi Grovod that's just breathing fire, and then it's got like little muscles.
Yeah, it's like a little. I picture a chibi Grovod, and then as you put the paper down, like right behind it, Grovod standing in exactly the same pose. Just
Yeah, I'll try and match it, and then I'll like breathe electricity and shit, and then
See,
yeah.
you said when I hear chibi dragon, I was thinking something like this.
Oh no, yeah, like a more realistic version. Yeah, so
But
more
actually proportioned.
more like what Estrella sent. That MS Paint drawing, yeah, more like that, but a little bit more detailed. But yeah, it's just him like that, and then I'm matching the pose.
and
Amazing.
well, as you guys are all meeting up here, I'll just ask Sakura, who you were last we saw you were investigating the library, but you did hear the message from Estrella. So I'll say from up there, you might have noticed when they left. Are you going to also be heading out of there, or are you content in the library?
He is server muted.
Oh no.
Yeah, she is
How did
server
that
muted.
Let me
Okay. We should be able to hear you again. Who muted? Oh, she might have muted herself.
I applied a server mute because I noticed that the mic
Let's see.
catch
Oh,
it
there we
up.
go.
And then
Nice.
yeah, I also
There we go,
wrote in the
there we go.
chat.
Cool. Actually, let's just see quickly. Cool. Sorted stuff. Yeah, she'll head over eventually. It's like more grudgingly. Geralda wants to be in the library, but I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. So she'll
I mean, to
go.
be fair, that library you will have noticed was pretty stuffy, and like it was mostly just castle records and things like that. In the size of this city, there's probably more interesting things out there to find.
Ah, yeah, she'll go out then. She'll excuse herself, and she can finish exploring it another time. You know. So yeah, she'll go out.
Okay. Well, yeah, we'll say you can. You'll probably notice them heading towards the teleportation circle as well. But while I'm reloading the map, because I do have a good one for that, and my foundry is just killing me right now. We'll jump over to Jerry as you finish your ritual and you are able to speak with animals. What are you trying to say? What are you trying to do with that?
Yeah, I don't think I can speak underwater, so I'll stay above water and ask the fish if it knows how to open the door. Maybe it saw someone do it.
Okay, yeah, you can give me a persuasion check, please, to try and this is more to try and actually communicate with the fish than to persuade it, but yeah, because through the water you can still see it's moving
No
under
communication.
Sorry, I didn't. What was the roll?
A natural one.
Okay. Yeah. So as you try and ask the fish how to open the door, you see it rise up and you see it coming towards you quickly, and it just breaks through the water, and you see its tail swing around and just try and squash you basically with its tail as it just flips onto the metal and then swims back into the water. But I need you to make a dex saving throw, please, or a strength saving throw.
17.
Okay, yeah, you just managed to make it. So you'll take half damage, which from the base, I think that makes it 11 bludgeoning damage. As this fish just slaps you over the head with its tail, but you manage to block the blow. But you are now kind of slimy, and Spike is barking. It seems like it understood you. It just was being a dickhead, essentially.
Yeah, there's no need to be a dickhead. I just ask a question. You're a fish. It doesn't look like there is much going for you anyway.
You see the eyes of the fish just rise up out of the water, and you see some bubbles underneath. But because of this spell, I assume you can understand them as well. I'm not entirely sure how. But
It's just basic information. I can really have a conversation with it. He give me information about nearby locations and monsters, and perceive what they've seen in the past day. So nothing much.
okay, yeah, but you can. I mean, you are conversing with it essentially. It's just you're
Yeah.
conversing in the. It's a more of a psychic conversation at this point, or maybe you're just making like bubble sounds or something. I don't know. But you feel this fish respond to you, and it says, "Phoenix gone, Rider gone, Titan's gone. This door is sealed forever."
Phoenix gone, Rider gone, and Titan's gone.
You see it just sort of bow its head in the water and then just like splash angrily.
Phoenix are not gone. I know one. At least from the clan. I don't know what you mean by Rider, but I did see Titans are not gone. We fought one.
The fish just like you can feel this confusion coming off of it, and it just says, "Impossible. Titan's gone, Phoenix long gone."
Can I also just point out that we don't only haven't also only fought a Titan, we have a Titan, you know? So just plopping that there.
Listen, I found a broken down Titan. I was told by a dragon I can probably fix it here.
Need Phoenix to open door, Phoenix gone. Titans inside, also long gone. You are wasting your time.
I did hear a voice when I removed the egg. Not a voice, a sound.
Oh, and you just see it starting to splash again, and it seems agitated now, and it says, remove the egg, you wake the mountain. We need the phoenix to open the door. And it just seems to be like thrashing around in the water now.
Yeah, well, that didn't help me. Thanks, I guess.
I don't know what you were expecting.
I don't know, maybe it's been here a while. I guess I just placed the egg back in the contraption that was up there and go to the smithy.
Okay. Yeah, you will remember that Shen told you about one of the champions mentioned a giant at the forge. I'm pretty sure, which you would know that giants are famous for their long memories, and I think what you were expecting from that fish. So maybe more like up at the smithy.
You know what? Actually, I'll probably head. I did get Astra's message, right?
Yeah, well, no, because Australia could only get it so far, but the rest of you, when you meet up, I don't know, Grover, do you want to?
Wait, is
Send
Jerry
another-
on
What?
another plane?
What'd you say?
No, just that you guys were on like opposite sides of the city. 120 feet is not that far.
That's message. Are
Yeah,
you
no, he-
sending on to Grovard and to Jerry? It's message
Oh,
to
okay.
Sakura because like, yeah.
Oh, sorry, I forgot. I forgot that you'd actually done that. So yeah, then Jerry, you would have gotten the message. You would know that they're all meeting up.
Then I'll fly towards them. I'll check the forest later.
Okay, you
Let's
can
move
also
in.
give me a perception or a survival check to try and find them because they're not at the castle anymore. But from Spike in the air, you'll probably be able to see them.
Well, it's the same modifier, so
Yeah. That's about right. That's about what was
25.
Yeah, you can currently, as you're flying over, you see Sakura just arriving to join the party, and the others busy. Grovard's still pulling a pose. But yeah, you guys have all met back up, and I was gonna. For
GG
some
with
reason, I
us.
can't access my maps anymore, which is kind of a problem.
Uh-oh.
I just
Mm.
can't see them, so we might have to stick with Theatre of the Mind. Holy shit! I click on the map thing and there's just nothing. I'll just leave it there for a second. Maybe it'll load in. But yeah, what are you guys doing as you all meet back up?
I'm waiting for Australia. She called us here.
Oh yeah, I'd head over to Astray and I was like, look at it, and I'll start pointing out how close it looks. I was like, see that little scar? I put it on there right there. So I don't know. I have no idea why she called us here.
Just
Well,
waiting with the eager ears.
well, Australia is busy copying the what's called the teleportation circle. And then, like, when she's done, she's gonna be like, well, originally I was gonna think, like, if we help them clear out the shrine, we would get access to this. And with this, well, still need to get the material for it, but if we had Sakura teleport us to the what's it called, the fire ring, since she has been there before, well, we would be there. Then we cleared the trial, and then I would draw the sigil, and we would be back. It's simple, super fast, and that would grant us more time.
Yeah.
We have to help them with the shrine in order to use the circle?
No, we don't. Doesn't really need now, since we already have this circle, and as I already copied it, it should be enough.
Yeah, so Sakura, you can also add this teleportation circle. You guys have now, you basically are able to teleport into Taton whenever you like.
I still have business here, but if you want to go for the ring, I'll join you.
Yeah, but as I say, first we need to get calc with infused gems, and then I'd actually like to get myself some potion of fire resistance, if there's of course an alchemist in the entire city, before we go over there.
There is. Yeah, we were just there. You got me this paper, and
I got turned into a moth.
yeah, he got turned into a moth. He's got some crazy stuff in there. This is I'll pull out the polymorph. This is moth juice. Drink this, become moth. So
Wait, so you got the exact same?
yeah, you got two of the
polymorph.
same. Yeah.
Was there no other polymorph ones?
I have no idea, but I thought the moth one was kind of funny.
Oh no, they're not labeled.
Oh.
We don't know that they're moths. They're just polymorph potions. It's anyone's guess what they'll turn you into.
Oh, Grandma wouldn't know that. He would just assume they're all moth juice.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah. So yeah, if you want to be a moth there, then you can drink this moth juice, and you become one for a little bit. So, anyone wants to try it out? They can.
I'll pass.
Given that we're going to be fighting fire, I don't want to be turned to coal in an instant. Thanks.
I will say, I will ask, how tall is? I know I keep asking this and I keep forgetting. How tall is Jerry?
Like 3 feet.
Okay, never mind. But
He's a small creature.
yeah. I was seeing if you're like actually the size of a mouse. I couldn't remember.
Yeah, a mouse carrying a great sword.
Yeah, that's what I was like.
Yeah, no, he's he's the size of a. I mean, it goes around the same with like gnomes and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't.
I think you can get bigger ones though. You do get medium-sized mouse folk, which generally are more likely to be were-rats though.
They give us a bad name. Like gypsies.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll just be like, if y'all want, we can lead you to the alchemist shop if we need to get alchemy things. And then after I say that, I start drawing Jerry on a piece of paper.
I have no trust in your drawing skills.
And I'm just looking and saying like, I think that may be a little bit too big. That's more like a third leg.
Ah, man, jeez. I'm trying to get better. You know, tough thing. I only just took this up like an hour ago. I haven't really drawn before.
You hear from the bushes. You hear, I could help you if you want. I'm quite talented. And you see a head poke round, and it seems like there's a man behind the tree that is currently holding a paintbrush in his hand, and he looks like he's smiling at you wildly. He's got long white hair, and it just looks a little bit insane.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll take the
Bowing
pause.
Ohio gozaimasu. Thing that she always does.
He turns around and says, Ohio gozaimasu. It is not morning, my dear, but I do appreciate the sentiment. Did you all just teleport in?
We're about to teleport out, actually.
Oh, well, would you mind if I did a portrait of you leaving? I've been waiting for the rings to activate so I can get the proper lighting.
Sakura
then-
shrugs and she doesn't see why not.
He tilts his head, and as he's looking at you, he says, "Wait a minute, didn't I?
Is it just
Oh
am I
yeah,
lagging?
weren't you the one? You just did your water rings, weren't you? You did the play the other night, the murder mystery thing."
Sakura looks a bit embarrassed. Acting is not her usual thing, so she kind of just looks embarrassed and has no comment on such situation.
No, you guys were great. Hold on. I did some pictures. I mean, I'm a little abstract, but I hope you'll appreciate them. And you see him pull out a book and start paging through them. And on each of these pages is a beautifully framed drawing that they seem to be quite interesting in style. But I will actually send a few in Discord as he starts trying to show them to you, because what actually happened is I found this thing that makes AI art, and I used AI to make a bunch of these artworks for you guys.
Oh, it's called Dungeon Alchemist.
No, it's not.
Holy sh!
But I will send those through just now. Everything's loading so slowly, so.
Holy shit. Jesus. Fucking. But
Yeah, I'll send those to Discord when I've got them. But yeah, you can see that this guy has clearly he's made an effort to make some strange abstract artworks of each of you.
Sakura compliments him on his artmanship, I guess. Or like yeah. So yeah, those are quite lovely. I see it's abstract, but I also see the substance in it, and the brushstrokes really express what I see you wanted to express there. So I don't actually have the things, so I can't be like, ooh, that brushstroke going from the right to the left looks very angry, you know?
Yeah, just give me 2 seconds, and you will. As I'll try and show Sakura's one first.
is it like well drawn? Like, does this man have any talent?
You can decide for yourself once you see these.
At all? Shit.
Okay, I think these are the ones I meant. It might compress them like mad, but you should at least be able to see something. Okay, it is failing.
Let me guess, it's above 8 megabytes. So it won't, because you don't have Nitro.
Yeah, it's not just that. It's and okay. There we go. I think one of them went.
That's some good abstract art. I love she'll say she loves the contrast between the square shapes and the sort of smoother shapes, like the more curved shapes of the bodies. It makes them stand out, and the contrast between the darker blues at the back and the brighter ones at the front, bringing attention to the focus of the center. That first one.
Yeah, he'll seem very impressed and say, "Oh, an artist yourself, are you, ma'am?"
I dabble in it occasionally, but she really also she sees the one with of her, and she says that she loves the colors in it and the shapes and stuff. She'll also talk in detail about that one, and might even ask if she can if he has any copies of it.
He'll say, "Oh, absolutely, ma'am. You can have this one if you like." And you'll see him actually just like ready his hand and then reach into the page, and he will pull out an entire canvas and just like he'll pull it off of the page itself, and it'll be a full like 8x10 print that he's basically got in his hand.
She looks very impressed.
Yes, this book is fantastic, honestly. And you see him shut it again. But if you would like it, you are welcome to have it. I don't charge for these things. I just make art for the sake of making art.
She bows like very deeply, as in like a deep bow that one would give to someone that they greatly respect. Arigatou gozaimasu. And she'll gratefully take the canvas, although she's not sure what to do with it at the moment.
He'll sort of nod and then just go back to his canvas and get ready to paint your guys' teleportation if you are teleporting somewhere. Oh, I got the maps. They're up. Unfortunately, we've lost Grovard, but that's all right. Tonight's been a bit of a
Oh
write-off
no!
anyway.
What happened to Grovat?
Oh. Can't reconnect.
Sakura tree sounds fun.
So, just to confirm, what's it called? We have the math for the teleportation circle and the potion of fire resistance.
What? No, you haven't gone to buy the potion yet.
Then we are in problems if we don't have that.
Well, this is where you brought everyone. That you haven't been to the shop, so are you going to go and do that while they're busy talking with the painter, or what?
Yeah, I'm gonna grab that, and because I'm like, yep, gotta get sure that we can get back here and prepare stuff.
Okay, well, for the sake of time, we'll just say that you were doing that while Sakura was busy looking through the paintings and all that. But is that all you wanted to get, was a potion of fire resistance? Because you'll
I'm
go
just
to the
gonna
same
get like 3 potions for, let's see, Elias, me, and Grovat. And then the material to basically, what's called the magical circle of teleportation.
Okay, hold on. Let me just find. Yeah, you don't need the. What are you saying? You need the magical circle. That's where you're going to.
Let me just post it. Yep. That is basically the one. Like when we get back.
Yeah, I understand what the spell is. That just going to that teleportation circle has unlocked that for you. Like you can see that. And you looking for red chalk. It's you'd be able to easily get that stuff there, so you can. We'll say that for those spell components, you're not going to have to worry too much about replenishing them. But are you getting just one charge, or do you just want to spend a bit extra? Because that's 5 koku per time you do this.
Well,
so we can just say 5 koku every time you use teleportation circle and make it simple, or you can just buy a whole bunch now.
Let's just do it that way. That way it's way easier.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so you can just think of it like buying a ticket to travel every time we teleport 5 koku. But everyone, please remember that, because I know I'm going to forget as soon as the session's over. So just make a note, please. And a potion of fire resistance. I'm searching for. You wouldn't happen to know what that usually costs?
Nope, but I can try to look it up on mine, because I'm pretty sure mine would be quicker.
No, well, I've only got 5 breath here. I've got.
Yeah, I'm just having a module that is called Sane Prices. Maybe
yeah, that's what I'm looking through. That's what I mean. But I can't. I'm not able to find that one.
Let's see, if I recall correctly, isn't it common?
Isn't it what?
Let me just see what it is on D&D Beyond. It's uncommon.
Potion of resistance is 300 gold, so 30 koku. Uncommon, yeah. It's because I was looking for specifically fire resistance, but just potion of resistance, he'll sell it for 30 koku.
Each or?
Each, yeah.
Well, fine. Then I'm just gonna remove 90.
Cool. Perfect.
Wait,
And yeah, we'll say then by the time they've finished, you've run off there and you're just arriving back at this circle.
Before you get to 3, Sakura actually has fire resistance. So
it is not that. It's another thing you would see when I just shrewdly encounter.
Okay.
Yeah, Astrea's clearly been planning some shit.
Or maybe she's just gonna be like, here, have like 500 gallon of drink and then just make them so drunk that they forget stuff and just gives us the ring.
Will that work? I have doubts.
Ask Gok, he would say it works.
So yeah, you guys are all back here. What are you all doing? I mean, anyone that has the teleportation circle spell, you now have Taton unlocked. But yeah, what are you guys doing?
I am going to stop delaying what I always fucking do, and I'm gonna finally use the gem the Topaz champion gave me to see to fucking sign that kill order.
Okay, yeah, we can do that. Yeah, cool. So we'll say during this sort of same time, you will be able to have done that. And as you activate the crystal, you will have to push it to something to reveal the memory. So what are you pushing it to the assassination thing,
Yeah.
the contract? Yeah. Okay. So as you stand there, your vision blurs and you are pulled backwards. It feels like you astral traveling or something for a moment, and then you find yourself standing right back in that bathhouse, in that room where you dropped off the Shira boy, and you hear the sister that you told to go and look there. You hear her saying, "Jobina, is it true? Is he alive? That nerd in the suit said that. Oh, brother, thank the Kami. We thought we'd lost you." And the Jobina, the big sort of sumo wrestler looking guy, he says, "Yes, Elias tells me he was swallowed by Gargajin. Can you believe it? I've sent him on his way. The boy's paid his dues." Sent him on his way? Jobina, surely you can't be serious. He's an investigator. You don't think he figured out what our idiot brother was trying to do out there? We can't just let him wander off. He says, well, perhaps you're right, but the boy has earned his freedom and shown that we can trust him. He'd be of great use in the future, don't you think? She says, no, don't be so naive, big brother. He's a liability. You there, send word to any shinobi in the area. Kill him if you can, but don't let him talk to any daimyo. We don't want him spilling secrets to the wrong warlord. Not now. Not when father is so close. And the memory fades.
I'll keep it to myself and just act as if nothing happened.
All right. Yeah, you can give me an insight check, please. I'll tell you why in a sec.
Alright. My favorite kind of roles.
Okay. So, as you've spent some time now walking around Taton, and you've been into the markets and into the streets, and after hearing this and having it weighing on your mind with the 24, you have noticed quite a few pairs of eyes on you guys as you've been walking through the town. Maybe that's just because you're walking next to a big blue dragonborn, or maybe that's because you've been chasing after little paper animals. But you get the feeling that if there are any shinobi in this town, there's a good chance that they know you're here as well. Like basically anyone could have seen you, and there could be assassins anywhere, but that's all. You don't know if there is anyone in this town. Everyone seems pretty calm here.
Interesting.
Yeah, while they're
Ah.
doing that, can I use the crystal to cast? What was it? Clever? Or something else? Yeah. You said it will show me the forge, I guess?
Yeah, so that'll show you to the forge. That'll take you to the door that you were just at.
Oh, okay.
But
Then
you've got
never
it
mind.
now.
Yeah.
You can use that to basically, unless you want to guide the spell in a different way. If there's something you're asking of the crystal.
No, never mind then.
Yeah, no. So that crystal is attuned to that forge. So you can use it to use the scroll of mapping, but it'll always guide you with a light to actually go to that sealed door, and probably inside using that spell, but you can't get past the door so far. Are you going to share with the party what you found there or what you've seen?
Not yet. Nothing of interest. It's a giant block door.
Look, technically Sakura does have the phoenix out of character.
Sorry, Sakura, you are very quiet. Can you say that again?
Sorry. I said out of character, Sakura does technically have the phoenix.
Yeah. So Jerry, I mean, as you're standing there and thinking about this, you will notice the Sakura standing there still cradling this this egg and be like, that looks oddly well shaped, but yeah, where that egg came from, so the chances are pretty slim that that's the the thing to unlock that mechanism.
Yeah, but I'm not sure how hard it closes on the metal egg, so I'm afraid it will just crush Sakura.
Yeah, I will point out that egg looks like it's made of scale. It looks hard as a rock. That thing. It's not. She's not like carrying around an ostrich egg.
Okay, yeah, I'll keep it for later. I'm not saying anything at the moment. We're heading to the ring. That's what's important now.
Z, who has also joined you at this point, will say, "Wait, are we all heading out now, or we're not going to help Lady Sumihime? I mean, sounds like she might be up against some demons."
The ring first, then we can help her. It shouldn't take more than an hour, after all.
Okay, and Z just looking up around at this circle that you guys are all in. So, what are you going to do? Are you activating are you teleporting somewhere? Are you going anywhere? What are you guys doing?
Well, Sakura.
We're just awkwardly vibing there.
To the fire ring.
Sakura will use her daily timepiece of travel teleport to take us there.
So I was just responding to Grovard. What did you say, Sakura? You were going to what?
Sakura
Take?
will use her daily teleport from the timepiece of travel to take us there.
Okay, you're standing in a giant teleportation circle that I think.
Actually,
I
have
think
like
Estrella might.
teleportation portal. Oh! Then Estrella she can do her thing. You know.
Yeah, you're not going to have to use your timepiece, but I think Estrella might have something planned. Is Estrella doing anything?
Well, she is trying to look at the symbols and try to see if there's any like indication of what's called a hint or something towards like, okay, this portal like goes to next, this one goes to somewhere else, this one goes to like the firing, or like, you know what I mean. Like,
Okay, yeah. You can give me an Arcana check, and because Sakura was also trying to get involved, you can make it with advantage as the two of you start figuring out how this mechanism works.
Nat one.
So yeah, so yeah, what you are looking for at first is not exactly how it works, but you notice on the floor at your feet that there is a sort of map that seems to be of the planes, and if you can choose the right plane, and then each of the runes seems to be a coordinate that you can plug in. So by running magic into each of those runes, you can set up the coordinates, and those pools that are all around the tree, or all around near these forests, you will see that that is what powers it, and they seem to be powered by something similar to the Titan blood that you've seen in the rivers of Toto.
Oh, I have an idea. It's an item I haven't used for a while. I'm pretty sure I have it. Oh yes, yes. I have a vial. I have 2 vials of a dragon blood. I'm just gonna pour one of them into the thing and see if it does anything.
Pouring it into what?
Let's see, the thing in the middle. I think if I recall there's a well or something, isn't it?
You don't see any well in this one. You may have seen one at a different teleportation circle, but as you go to figure out a way to pour this, you realize there is no receptacle in this one. It doesn't seem like it is activated by a liquid. It seems like the pools around are already feeding into this thing. Yeah, this is not a blood portal like the one back at the bathhouse. This one is just requires teleportation circle, and you can kind of set it up to open up the gates, there are like doors on each side. You imagine that plugging in coordinates would open those gates, because currently they just are like empty archways.
Anyone knows how to drive this thing?
I mean,
Can't say I do.
I mean, Australia, you have just figured it out with that nat 20. You know how to use it. You literally just have to channel magic into the runes in whatever order you want for the coordinates that you're heading to. So like now you can see that this one has got a specific pattern, which is what you've noted down. So if you ever cast teleportation circle again, that's the pattern that you'd have to put in to get back here. But each teleportation circle would have its own pattern, which is what you'd be able to plug in on these runes. But I feel like I've confused you.
No, I understand. Well, I could always send us to Smut, but that would be an entirely side quest. That would take potentially a long time. Now, where to? But yeah, it's just like trying to figure out the coordinates for the circle at that place.
Yeah, the last time you teleported into the fire ring as well, I think, but you just basically stepped through a portal using the blood that time. The dragon blood worked for that, but this portal does not operate the same way. And you don't remember there being a teleportation circle at the monastery.
Didn't you
So
just go to buy equipment to like make a teleportation circle?
It is only the backwards way. Like
So
to get us
Sakura
back.
can teleport us there and you can teleport us here.
Yes, that was the original plan.
okay, sorry, I might have misunderstood that then. So then, yeah, Sakura, you would be able to use your rotor then for that one way. But you guys know that you could possibly use this teleportation circle as well. You just don't have the exact coordinates of another circle. It's up to you guys how you would like to try and, like, you can, as I said, you can pick a plane and then you can try and put in coordinates. So it's up to you. You can try and use some arcane knowledge, some magical effects. I don't know, however you want to try and do it.
Or just go the safe way.
Yeah, you can do whatever you like.
So you're saying we should go to Smut? I think that sounds like a great idea, Jerry.
Yeah, Sakura, you're gonna have to teleport us there and then Astrea will teleport us back.
Yeah, Sakura's she's good with anything.
Even dying?
Hmm?
You said you're good with anything, even dying.
No. Good with like whatever. Plan within reasonable margins.
Sakura uses the timepiece to teleport us to the dragon.
Okay,
And
cool.
Astrea will paint a circle to teleport back.
So,
That's it.
how many people can you teleport with your timepiece?
I think it's basically the teleport spell.
Okay, I think that's like up to 7. So yeah, you can all.
Hmm.
8 willing creatures.
Oh, cool. Yeah, so we won't have to worry about that. Okay. So are you doing that, Sakura? Are you teleporting everyone to the fire
Yeah,
ring?
she'll just take out the Ari and sort of do something very specific with a very specific part of it, and just go whoosh, and
Okay, so there is a roll to make sure that you get it on target.
fuck.
But because you are standing in this teleportation circle, you are able to use it and basically, yeah, I think you get advantage. I'm just trying to see what the roll is. Oh, it's the GM rolls a D100, but because you're standing in this circle, you see the lights on all of these runes, all of them, all at once, light up, and you see these gateways begin to open as all of the runes that are surrounding you begin to glow, and these rings above you even start to shift and move through the earth. They seem to be spinning just like the orrery that you are holding. They seem to start spinning around you, and you are able to automatically succeed on your teleportation. So you
Oh
land
shit!
exactly where you're trying to go.
Nice. Can I just say that looks cool as fuck?
Yes, thank you, Australia, for getting us the animated map. This is very cool.
Yeah.
But
I know. I was like, that map is so awesome.
yeah, check the trees even move. They're like swaying in the wind. You hear as this activates, you hear the guy behind the tree that is busy painting go, yes, just like that. Thank you. Right. He just starts painting like mad because he seems to have been waiting to do this himself. But yeah, you guys can basically walk through one of the gates now, and the one up at the top seems to be the one to the fire ring.
It's for me. It's just black, so I most likely don't have a token.
So
Yeah, I can see. It's oh man, like it looks so good.
I feel like Sakura should have gotten this artist's name. If she didn't, she'll just like call out and be like, "Wait, what's your name?" She wants more of his art. You know, she likes this art.
It's Bob Ross.
His name, I will double check for you. I think he's Doji as well. Let me just. Sorry, because his token was on the other map. I've got to just find him again. Yeah, his name is Kakita Yusugi. Yeah, he's. That's the one. Oh, tonight's been a failure on my part. Sorry, guys. I do apologize. But you guys, I have are all heading over to the fire ring, which I think, because that is quite a big one to get into, I can move you over to that map now, but we will only pick that up again next week.
That's good.
However, I can move you over onto the map. Because I know that Elias at least hasn't seen this, and it's a good one.
All the puzzles falls into place.
The puzzle pieces.
Oh man, like if you really wanted like puzzle pieces to fall into place, like oh man, so many things has been dropped in like not the Foundry chat, but the Discord chat. Just connecting them is like, ooh, that's interesting.
Nice.
Okay, can you guys see?
I can see it.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So, oh yeah, Sakura hasn't seen this either. So you should be able to move your tokens around, and you can walk around in there.
And luckily, I don't remember it.
No, I have seen it. I've gotten all my rings.
Yeah, she has all the
Yeah.
rings. Let's see.
She almost died.
Yeah. Well, I've almost died multiple times, but
Yeah, but on this one as well.
Yeah, I remember like that dimension door tattoo got so much in clutch. Like it's saved so much.
So can you guys move your tokens? Everyone seems to be standing still on my screen.
Apparently,
Yeah,
I
we
don't
can
have
just talking.
much.
Interesting. Is this a wall? Nope, it's not. So where did that wall come from?
Yeah, as you enter this monastery, again, everyone's still just standing there. Are you guys seeing things, or are you still loading in?
Me and the Stray, I think, already at the dragon.
Yeah, I can see you guys moving, but everyone else is still.
Well, it's
I'm
not
just-
loading. It's just all black.
I'm just not at the keyboard at the moment.
You don't need the keyboard. You just need the mouse.
Yeah, but keyboard is with the mouse. You know. But yeah, Sakura does go with. She does go with. Sorry, it's been a
Oh.
long and overstimulating and overwhelming day.
Oh,
And I'm very ready to sleep.
Man, like thought for a second, like when I pressed what I thought was the T button and it started rotating, I thought like, oh, it's auto rotate installed.
Okay, I don't know what's going on with that Elias's thing, but I'm just gonna move you in there if you don't mind. Can you not see anything now? Is it just black?
Oop. It's. Something's come up. It's a small corner of the map.
Yeah, you should be at the.
Oh, I think I know what Elias's problem is. His problem potentially is that he's a human and therefore doesn't have dark vision. You know what happens when you don't have dark vision on Foundry.
I can see if I click on Elias's token, but maybe you just can't see your token.
Yeah, I can't see mine.
Okay,
The
then.
question: can you see Grover just beside you?
No, I can't see anyone. Oh, now I see my token.
There
Okay.
we go.
Okay.
Sorry, yeah.
So it is
can't see
the
yourself on
dark
the map.
vision problem.
No, it wasn't that. It was that you couldn't. The token had just, for some reason, glitched out. But you should be able to
Now I
move
can
around
see.
now. So you find yourself in a similar Zen garden to the one that you were in before, except with one major difference in that there is no catfish. Instead, there is possibly one of the
Giant.
largest dragons you've ever seen.
You know, I'd probably wager it is the largest dragon I've ever seen. I haven't seen
mean,
many dragons in my time.
I gotta. Sakura has to show you Gulong sometime.
Oh lord.
Dude literally holds up like fucking islands in a demi-plane. It's great.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, this dragon is not much smaller. This is one of those big ones and is wrapped around these
Mhm.
islands in a very similar way. But it is sort of under the water, and it just turns its head, and you see its eyes go wide as Jerry approaches, and you just hear it like grumble under its. Well, it tries to do it under its breath, but this thing's massive. You're basically walking past its vocal cords, and you hear it go, "Oh gods, no, not again."
And question: would Astrea see that it is what like skin it has?
Yeah, you would probably remember that it's a sapphire.
Well, then Astrea will bow and say,
Mm.
"Greetings, child of Sadio," or she would use the term Lord of Gyms.
It will nod and it will greet you very respectfully. It seems to actually be distracted a bit by that. But as you guys all approach this dragon, I think that is basically where we're going to end tonight's session, because we will jump into it all next week, and when Grovard is back and Sakura is conscious.
Yeah. I think you can probably tell that my brain is just gone.
Yeah, no, that's all right. Tonight Tonight was a bit of a weird one. Anyway, I feel like I've been saying that for a couple of weeks in a row, but um, there's just been a lot to set up with Taton, so I've ended up like I've got a million different NPCs, but then haven't got all the maps set up, and it doesn't. Anyway,
And
I
look
will
on the
get it
bright
all.
look on the bright side. You finally got to use the teleportation circle map.
Yeah, I did. Although it literally undoes everything I've been preparing for the past 2 weeks, because this I prepared a year ago. But anyway,
Yeah, at least on the right side, this you've done before, so it shouldn't be too hard to run again. So now if you wanna like you don't have any pressure to prepare much for next week.
no,
You
well,
know.
this was what I'm saying is that this has been prepared for a year. I didn't care about preparing this. It's all the things that I have prepared. You just using the teleportation circle. It's like, right, we're going in the opposite direction. And it's like, I wasted all of that time.
No, Sakura will like thoroughly explore on their back. She was just like, ugh, you have to go somewhere, so she's just coming with. Also partially because I'm too tired to roleplay, like going to everywhere, because she definitely want to explore and stuff. So believe me, your NPCs will not be ignored. They will be met
Oh.
and given tea.
Oh, I just had the most evil idea.
What, you're gonna steal my tea? No.
No. I'm just gonna accidentally draw the magic circle wrong, so we end up another place.
No, but
Yeah,
no.
you're so much fun to play with. I really enjoy these sessions. I'm going to actually head off now because I've been preparing this for like 3 days straight to no avail, and the frustration and tiredness is setting in now. So I'm going to leave. Thank you all. I will see you again next week.
Thanks for running. although I wasn't fully conscious, it was still fun.
Oh, so excited for this.
Astray, don't be a dick. Okay. Good night.
Okay,
Cheers.
then I'm just gonna send us
Yeah.
to Bazaar.
Bye.